Welcome back to Teshkid FX for another Gala Games price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you the latest developments that have been happening on the Gala Games chart, and also give you the short-term and the long-term scenarios that I'm expecting to play out. And before I start the video, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and also check out the channel membership. And allow me to start the video here on the 1 hour chart by first giving you a recap of what has been happening, and also give you the short-term scenarios that I'm expecting to play out, where you can see that Gala Games, from these low prices that we had been trading within, we saw a very nice bounce to the upside, obeying the EDU12 structures, where I have this EDU12 structure in blue, having the wave 5 of that EDU12 structure completing a higher EDU12 contour to the upside, and that is after making a peak at around the $0.0512 mark. And after seeing the formation of a higher EDU12 contour, whatever we expect next is a corrective structure in the formation of a second wave. And because of its corrective nature, we also expected to see an ABC corrective structure completing the formation of that higher EDU12 contour. And after seeing the low for that higher EDU12 contour, whatever we expected next is a bounce to the upside in the formation of a higher EDU12 con 3, which is an impulsive wave. And because of its impulsive nature, I'm also expecting to see fractal waves in formation within that higher EDU12 con 3, having the wave 5 completing the formation of that higher EDU12 con 3 to the upside. And by first sketching out a minimum target area to the upside in the formation of this wave 3, using a trend-based Fibonacci, connecting it from the low of the first wave to the high of that wave 1, then dragging the fibs to the low of the second wave, that gives me a minimum target area to the upside in the formation of that wave 3 at the fib level 1.618, which perfectly lies at around the $0.09511 mark. And that is the minimum that I'm expecting that higher EDU12 con 3 here on the Gala Games chart to do. And getting a little bit into the details of the formation of this wave 3, so that I can give you the short-term scenarios that I'm expecting to play out within the formation of that wave 3, where I'm expecting to see a fractal wave in formation. I believe we have seen the formation of that first wave to the upside. We also saw a retracement over here in the formation of a second wave, retracing into this red target area that I have right here, that I had sketched out as a minimum retracement area to the low side in the formation of a second wave, by connecting the Fibonacci's from the low of the first wave to the high of that wave 1, and that gave me a minimum target area between the fib level 0.5 and the fib level 0.618. And I believe whatever we are seeing at the moment could be the start of the formation of this wave 3 before we see a wave 4, then a wave 5 completing the formation of this higher EDU12 con 3 to the upside. And by first sketching out a minimum target area to the upside in the formation of this wave 3 of this EDU12 structure in blue, I can connect the trend-based Fibonacci from the low of the first wave to the high of that wave 1, then drag the fibs to the low of the second wave, and that gives me a minimum target area to the upside in the formation of this wave 3 at the fib level 1.618, which lies at around the $0.0764 mark. And that is the minimum that I would expect that wave 3 to the upside to do before we see a wave 4, then continue pushing even higher in the formation of that wave 5. But for us to say that in the formation of this wave 3, we need some few confirmations, and the very first confirmation that we need is to manage to break above the 20-day MA, so that it can give us the support that we need for us to continue pushing even higher. And the other confirmation is managing to break above the wave 1 high, and I have marked the wave 1 high using this dotted line at around the $0.05567 mark. In case Gala Games continues to push higher, manage to break above the 20-day MA, and also manage to break above the wave 1 high, then that will be enough confirmation that we're in the formation of this wave 3, and from there we can continue pushing even higher and fully maximize our target area before we see a retracement in the formation of that wave 4. So that is what I'm expecting on the short-term scenarios. And we also have a chart pattern that is in formation right here that could be suggesting another EDU12 count here on the Gala Games chart, and that chart pattern is a double top. And if I draw it out, we can first connect these tops that we made at around the $0.05567 mark. I can first connect the tops like that, then draw out my chart pattern, having that as the first top. Then we have seen the formation of the neckline, then we have seen the formation of the second top, and there are chances that whatever we are seeing at the moment, even after losing the 20-day MA, could be the start of the breakout out of this chart pattern to the lower side, because this is a chart pattern that normally breaks to the lower side. And getting the minimum target area of the breakout, we can get the height between the tops and the neckline, and I can get that height using that trend line, then place it below the neckline, and that gives me a minimum target area back to around the $0.03335 mark, and that is the minimum that I would expect Gala Games to do in case we see a breakout out of this chart pattern that we have right here. And in case we see a breakout out of this chart pattern, that would be suggesting a different Elliott wave count here on the Gala Games chart, where we could be terming this whole structure over here as a higher Elliott wave count 1 to the upside. So we could be terming this whole structure right here as a first wave to the upside, and in case we see the breakout, then that will be the formation of a second wave before we see another pump to the upside in the formation of that wave 3, then a wave 4, then continue pushing even higher in the formation of that wave 5 to fully maximize a larger Elliott wave count 1 to the upside. And if I sketch out a minimum retracement area to the lower side in the formation of this wave 2, in case that is the Elliott wave structure that is going to be obeyed by Gala Games, by connecting the Fibonacci's from the low of the first wave to the high of that wave 1, that gives me a minimum retracement area between the fib level 0.5 and the fib level 0.618, which lies between the $0.03581 mark and the $0.03108 mark, and I can mark that target area here on the charts. So that is the minimum that I would expect this higher Elliott wave count to do, and you can see that the target area for this breakout out of this chart pattern, which is a double top, is perfectly lying within this target area that I have sketched out as a minimum retracement area to the lower side in the formation of that higher Elliott wave count 2. So we need to be a little bit patient to see how Gala Games continues to play out. In case we manage to break above the 20-day MA and also manage to break above the wave 1 high, then there are chances of continuing to push even higher in the formation of this wave 3. But in case we see a breakout out of this double top, then there are chances that this Elliott wave structure that I have right here in yellow could be the Elliott wave structure that is being obeyed by Gala Games. And if I also take a look at the indicators before I give you the long-term scenarios that I'm expecting to play out, here on the RSI you can see we are trading at around the 46 mark, meaning we have massive room for us to support any movements to the upper side and also to the lower side. Also taking a look at the MACD, here on the MACD we have printed a bearish cross, meaning lower prices are still coming our way. So let's be patient and see how that plays out. And jumping to the daily chart to give you the long-term scenarios that I'm expecting to play out, you can first see that we have this falling wedge that I had here on the daily chart that gave us a breakout to the upper side as we expected. And if I zoom out to give you the long-term scenarios using this Elliott wave structure that I have right here in red, from these low prices that we had been trading within, Gala Games saw a very nice bounce to the upside, making it to an all-time high at around the $0.86 mark in what I'm terming as a higher Elliott wave count 1 to the upside. And after seeing the formation of that higher Elliott wave count 1 and also seeing the all-time high, we started the bear market where we had been seeing lower prices in this ABC corrective structure, which took us back to around the $0.015 mark in what I'm terming as a higher Elliott wave count 2. And after seeing the formation of a higher Elliott wave count 2, whatever we expect next is a bounce to the upside in the formation of a higher Elliott wave count 3. And you can also see that I have sketched out a minimum target area to the upside in the formation of this wave 3 at the fib level 1.618, which lies at around the $1.36671 mark, and that is the minimum that I will expect Gala Games to do on the long-term scenarios. So those are my short-term and the long-term scenarios, and let's be patient and I'll keep you updated.